think that is the general problem with all of us. We try to think more and do less.
Do less. Good afternoon, Raj. I'm doing good. Thank you. How are you?
I'm good as well. Thank you
Good.
for asking.
Okay. All right, Raj. And how's everything around? All okay? All good?
Ev- Yeah, all
Lovely. All right. So, Raj, 310th session. Every time I see this, this makes me feel so
good.
good that, it's amazing. 310th session. Lovely.
It's actually 300.
300. Okay. So,
Yeah.
you missed only 10 session.
No, it's not that I missed.
Huh.
It's about the difference is there because of some backlog sessions. So there
Backlog.
have been some sessions which have been repeated. So
Repeated.
in
Okay.
number it is 310, but
100
in
is a
actual it is 300.
300. So 300
Yeah,
in itself is a big number. All right.
yeah, of course.
So that's very amazing, Raj.
Yeah,
So good. How long have you been on this platform, by the way? More than a year?
yeah, of course. My first session was on 13th of April.
13th of April. Yeah, of course. It's more than a year now.
Yeah,
Lovely. Nice to see that. Okay. So, Raj, I was just going through a few things, and I've got a very interesting topic for today. Right. I don't know if you've had a session on that, but still, we'll be having a chat on that. Right.
yeah, sure.
So, the topic is thinking. Right. So, what do you feel? What according to you is thinking? How do you define thinking? What can be the meaning
Uh,
of thinking?
Great. Thinking can be in different terms.
Huh.
Like it depends upon the context that what are we thinking.
Hmm.
So
But
if
what
we are,
is thinking?
yeah,
Huh.
so I'm trying to come on that as well.
Huh.
And thinking, it simply means that you are trying to analyze on certain things. Like I said, it can be explained in terms related to on which topic we are thinking. So
Hmm.
no matter what the topic is, if
Hmm.
we are trying to analyze certain things, that what happened, why did it happen, or what should be done next. So considering all these questions,
Huh.
it seems like someone is thinking on something
Hmm.
in detail. So for me, thinking is all about analyzing the certain things on certain topic.
Hmm. Analyzing certain information, you can say,
Yeah,
or thoughts, you can say, analyzing of thoughts or analyzing of information, or probably like this, that gathering of information and analyzing it so as to come to a decision is probably, I think,
yeah, of course.
a
The
thinking.
last part was the accurate, like gathering the information and then thinking and then
Analyzing
analyzing
it. Ha.
to reach to certain
Point
level or
to an
certain
answer.
point. Yeah.
Right, right, right. That's probably thinking. Okay. So, what sort of a thinker are you? Are you an overthinker, or you call yourself to be an underthinker, or you probably are somewhere in the middle?
I, Again, I would say that it depends upon the situation.
Huh.
Sometimes I become overthinker. Sometimes I am underthinker as well.
Okay. So,
And
how
if
is that
I
possible?
explain,
Either you can be an overthinker or you can be
yeah,
an underthinker. That comes from within. You can't just
yeah.
switch with the sides. What do you say?
I mean, let me give some example to clear
Sure,
my
sure.
sentence. So if I
Sure.
talk about myself,
Ah,
my improvement,
ah.
then I think that I am an underthinker because I have that self-doubt no matter what I've what I have done till now
Hmm.
or whatever I decide on certain things that I have to reach somewhere, then constantly I would be feeling that whether I would be able to reach there or not. Do I
Okay.
have the ability to, or how would the process be? How would the journey be? So I would keep thinking on these things constantly, and in the journey itself, I would try to evaluate myself so often. So I am an over evaluator as well.
Hmm.
in
Okay.
that terms, I think that I am an underthinker.
Underthinker. Ah.
But when it comes to thinking on certain aspects, for example, certain things related to our society, that how it should be done or how not,
Hmm.
then I think that I probably think it more than
It is required.
it is required.
Okay. So basically, when it comes to you in particular, you become an underthinker. You think very less of yourself, basically.
Yeah,
Is it like that? Okay. And when it comes to taking decision on certain matters, then you become a little overthinker and you think a lot. So is it like you
right.
give attention to very little details and think about it a lot, and you take a lot of time to reach a decision? Is it like that?
Yeah, of course.
Right, that
Yeah.
probably happens to very little things also, or to very significant things you're talking about, or in general you are like that, may it be anything.
Uh, I couldn't get the last point.
I'm saying, are you an overthinker for some significant matters, or you are like that for it doesn't matter what you are thinking of, or what decision are you making? I am an overthinker, I will think even if that particular thing is significant or not, even if it's a little thing, I will think on it a lot.
Yeah, of
What
course.
sort of
No matter what it is,
Hmm.
I do tend to think that, I mean, I do try to analyze certain things revolving around that. So
Ah,
on that context, I'm saying that I'm overthinker.
you're an overthinker. And does it happen with you, this thing that you think a lot for a particular thing and you end up doing nothing?
Yeah, that
That
is the problem. And I think that is the general problem with all of us. We try to think more and do less.
do less. Do either do less
And
or do
some
nothing. You just keep
do
on
nothing,
thinking
of
only.
course. Sometimes we keep on thinking on certain things which
Huh.
is completely beyond our reach.
Huh. Correct, correct. All right. And does this all of this thinking, the overthinking, it makes you tired? Do you feel like
Yeah,
that
of
sometimes
course. Of course, it makes me tired.
at
It
the
makes
beginning?
me irritated sometimes as well.
Huh. So what do you do then? Because it's not
And
the right
then,
thing to do. We all know it, right?
yeah.
Overthinking is not a right thing to do. So how to deal with this?
So if it comes to me, I generally try to detach myself from all these things. And
Hmm.
the best way to detach is listening to songs. So I go on listening to my favorite songs. I
Hmm.
do it, I do it, I mean, I did it earlier so many times. I used to do it earlier on a regular basis. But these days, I have been trying to do certain other things as well. For
Okay.
example, because when I start listening to songs,
Hmm.
I go on listening to it for a whole day. So
Okay.
in that way, I spoil my whole day. So
Hmm.
to curb that,
Hmm.
what I have tried to do certain things in recent past. I mean, maybe last 1 year or more than 1.5 years.
Hmm.
So I tried to read some books as well, certain
Okay. To
books that
distract
is
yourself.
interesting. Yeah, to distract myself from all those thinking
Thinking.
and to get, I mean, a hang of something that yes, I'm doing something good for my improvement.
But then how that helps you to take decisions? Well, I'm what I'm asking is that what happens is we think a lot, and we end up taking no decision, right? So, and it feels that, oh God, we've wasted a lot of time, and we haven't even made a decision yet. So for that, I'm asking, I'm looking for an answer, because I myself is an overthinker, Raj, and I'm looking for this thing. You
Hmm.
might tell me some idea to how to take
Okay.
decisions. What do you do
So,
then? How to
like that,
take
the
decisions?
situation ends up in at a place
Ah.
where I end up deciding nothing.
End up deciding nothing.
So, for example, I would like to bring one aspect of my career
Ah.
that whatever I was doing earlier, I
Hmm.
failed in that.
Hmm.
Even side by side, I was teaching, so I decided that I have to continue this.
Hmm.
And at the same time, I started working on my
Hmm.
spoken abilities.
Hmm.
It's been more than 1.5 years,
Hmm.
And at that point of time, I had been suggested by some of my friends that if you are looking to this aspect, why don't you take the course of B.Ed or something like that?
Okay.
So for a moment, I started thinking as well that okay, this is a good suggestion.
Mm.
But then I thought that if I go on doing all those things, I would be busy in those things and I
Mm.
would not be able to concentrate on my spoken journey. I would not be able to concentrate on one thing. And at this point of time, I don't want to do that
Mm.
to to place my foot on two boots, maybe.
Ah. Mm. To divert your
So
attention. Okay, so
yeah,
you just wanted to
so
focus
I
on.
thought
Mm.
that what is the thing that I can do without any reward. I mean, if I don't think about the reward or the results that I will get out of it, but
Mm.
I can do it even if I'm getting the minimum,
Mm.
the bare to satisfy my bare requirements. So
Mm.
when I thought on this point, it was easy for me to decide that okay, I have to work on this because it is easier for me to work on my English.
Mm.
I would be happy and I would be happy to sharing my knowledge. And
Mm.
if I could do something big, that's great. If not, at least I would be making something that would be more than enough for me.
Okay, so you focused on that,
Yeah,
just one particular thing at a time.
right.
Okay. So are you a person who is like who focuses on the future, or the one who lives in the past, or simply the present? What sort of a person are you?
Uh, I think more about my past. Like I explained to
Past.
you earlier as well, that I do think about my past, that what went wrong, why I couldn't do something, certain things. For example, I might have shared with you, I mean, I have shared with you, whether you remember it or not,
Hmm.
that I am a CA dropout. So
You do.
why did I do that? Why
Hmm.
had I started
So
preparing
you
for CA in
regret
first
sometimes?
place and why? Of course, I do regret,
Huh.
especially in terms of being a CA dropout, not the
Huh.
other things
Huh.
that I have not been able to achieve.
Hmm.
Because I think in certain other way that, okay, if whatever has happened has already happened, there is no point in thinking or cribbing about the past.
Hmm.
But when it comes to CA, of course, I do feel that I should have consisted with that. Maybe I had been a CA as well. Because
So you are aware of the fact that there's no point of being in the past and thinking about past or rethinking about past. So you are aware of this fact, right? But still
yeah,
you do it.
but of course, I do it because
Ah.
when I think about myself, that
Hmm.
okay, whatever I did, I had the, I mean, capabilities maybe.
Hmm.
I should have given my 100% because I couldn't give my 100%. I feel sorry
Hmm.
about that.
Hmm.
And because of that, I feel
Hmm.
or I think about that. Otherwise, I don't regret.
Okay. And you are not a person who lives in the future. Not at all.
Not at all. I
Not at
mean,
ah.
I believe that we should not count on the chickens even before they hatch.
Mhm. Okay. Last question, Raj. What about your working? uh, can you work for about like a non-stop working, as we call it, 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours? Can you work like that? What is your working style? Or you want breaks, like mini breaks, as we call it, like 10 minutes, 15 minutes? Are you the one who takes a lot of breaks, or are you the one who works for like non-stop?
It depends.
Hmm.
Again, I'm saying it in certain, I mean, vague manner maybe, but
Huh.
of course, it depends.
Depends
I
on
mean,
what.
I'm certain on my mood maybe. Certain sometimes, if
Hmm.
I'm willing to do something, I would keep on doing that. For example, if I take a book, start reading it,
Hmm.
start enjoying it, I would read it in one sitting, no
Hmm.
matter how much time it takes. So I
Hmm.
have done that as well. I have read for more than 14 hours on a regular basis.
Wow, so good.
But at certain times, if I'm unable to focus,
Hmm,
if I go on to take breaks, if I'm not in my mood, I will go to listen to songs or do something else. And
hmm.
in that, at that point of time, I would take a longer break. I mean, I might have, if I think of taking a break just for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, but I would end up taking a break of 2 or 3 hours. So I have done that
Depends
as
upon your mood.
well. Yeah.
Depends upon your mood. Okay, so if you're in a mood, you can extend working or doing whatsoever for a long number of hours. Okay, all right. All right. So, Raj, one thing you very clearly mentioned while we were having a casual chat, that I underthink of myself a lot. And specifically, one thing you mentioned is about the speaking thing, the spoken English thing, that I don't think that I am very good with the speaking thing. What do you think about yourself right now? Do you think, you still think that you are not very good with it,
Uh,
or not to that point where you want to be?
of course, I have not touched that level where I want to be, but
Huh.
of course, I have improved a lot as far as fluency is concerned.
Tremendously you've improved, Raj. Not just it's because I have had a lot of sessions with you. I don't remember the number of sessions, but I've had a lot of sessions.
Yeah, of
And
course.
there's definitely an improvement and a big change, a visible change. In earlier sessions you were not that good when you were speaking. Definitely you were not good. And today, you speak so nice and so flawless without any mistakes. Your sentences are so good, the vocab is so good. uh, you know Definitely there is a change. So why do you feel like that? Just want to know.
Because like the last session I had,
Huh?
I made a few mistakes, and
Huh?
that is bothering me. Like
Oh
I
God.
omitted
Why
a
are you being
possession sometimes, and I sometimes used it at places where it was not required.
That'll go away, Raj. That'll just go away with practicing, right? But still, I believe that feel good about yourself, because there's such a nice improvement. You have improved a lot. And yeah, right now you mentioned that I took this as a target, and only one thing, and my focus was only this thing, that I'll be very good with
Yeah,
this, and you are very good with this, right? And the practicing and the improving of vocabulary and all of that, that can go on for years also. So
yeah, of
there's
course.
no end to it, and could go off for years. But right now also, you speak well, Raj. That's the only thing I'd like to mention here in my feedback, that you speak well. What else can I say?
Okay.
In fact, if you ask me, I'll give you a 10 on 10, right? So what
Okay.
else can I say? I don't know, right? All right. So all the best to you, Raj, and thank you so much for joining today.
Yeah,
Bye bye.
of course. Bye for now.
Bye for
If
now.
I get a chance, see you in another session.
See you in another session. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.